Average effort creates average results. Extraordinary results require extraordinary commitment. Music. Think about that. Most people want success. They want a better life, more freedom, more opportunity, more achievement. But wanting is easy. Everyone wants more. Music. The real question is, how badly do you want it? Do you want it enough to wake up early? Do you want it enough to stay disciplined? Do you want it enough music to keep going when nobody is watching? Because success is not reserved for the interested. Success music belongs to the committed. And sometimes, commitment looks a lot like obsession. Not obsession music with proving others wrong. Not obsession with fame. Not obsession with attention. But obsession music with growth. Obsession with improvement. Obsession with becoming the best version of yourself. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Look at people who achieve music extraordinary things. They think about their goals constantly. They study, they learn, they practice, they improve. While others are distracted, they are focused. While others are making excuses, they're making progress, and that is why they win. Music. Most people treat their dreams like a hobby, something they work on when it's convenient, something they pursue when they music feel motivated. But successful people treat their goals like a responsibility, a mission, a calling, because they understand something, music, important. The future belongs to those who are fully committed. Now, obsession without discipline is dangerous. But disciplined obsession is powerful. It keeps you moving when motivation fades. It keeps you focused when music distractions appear. It keeps you growing when progress feels slow, and progress will feel slow. Sometimes there will be days when nobody notices your effort, days when results don't show up, days when you question yourself, but the obsessed person keeps going. Not because it's easy, but because the goal matters. When your reasons are strong enough, you will find music a way. Think about a seed. Before it becomes a tree, it spends a long time growing underground. Nobody applauds it, nobody notices it, but it keeps growing. That is what commitment looks like. That is what obsession looks like. Music. Quiet effort, daily discipline, relentless improvement. We're going to explore why obsession can be a powerful force for success, how focus separates achievers, music, from dreamers, why extraordinary goals require extraordinary music commitment, and how to channel your energy into becoming the person your dreams require. Because average commitment creates average results. But when you become fully committed to your growth, your entire life, music, begins to change. Be focused, be disciplined, be relentless, and never underestimate the power, music, of becoming obsessed with your own potential. You cannot live an average life music and expect extraordinary results. Think about that. It sounds obvious, yet many music people spend years expecting more from life while giving only enough effort to get by. Music. They want extraordinary success, but they practice ordinary habits. They want remarkable results, but they make average commitments. And then they wonder why nothing changes. The truth is simple. Life responds to effort. Music, not wishes, not excuses, not intentions. Effort, success, music is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Now understand something important. There's nothing wrong with being average. If average is what you truly want, but if your dream is extraordinary, your effort must become extraordinary too, because every goal has a price. And the bigger the goal, music, the bigger the price. Many people admire successful individuals. They see the results, the achievements, the recognition, the freedom, but they do not see the years of preparation, the sacrifices, the discipline, the lonely mornings, the difficult decisions. They see the harvest, but they forget about the planting season. The harvest comes after the planting, not before. That is one of life's unchanging laws. Music. You cannot plant little and expect much. You cannot study occasionally and expect mastery. You cannot exercise once in a while and expect music, great health. You cannot work half-heartedly and expect extraordinary success. The results always reflect the effort. Now let me ask you a question. Are you interested in your goals or are you committed to them? There is a difference, a big difference. Interested, music people do what is convenient. Committed people do what is necessary. Music. Interested people work when they feel motivated. Committed people work whether they feel motivated or not. Interested people look for reasons. Committed music people look for ways. That difference may seem small, but over time it changes music everything. Because success is not built in a single day. It is built through repeated actions, repeated choices. Music repeated discipline day after day, week after week, year after year. And average effort rarely survives that journey. Because average effort disappears when things become difficult. Average effort quits when results, music, are delayed. Average effort gets distracted. Average effort becomes comfortable. But extraordinary effort keeps moving, not because it is easy, but because the goal matters. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Think about a person who wants to climb a mountain. They cannot stop halfway music and expect to reach the top. They cannot climb only on days when they feel inspired. Music. The mountain demands consistency, and success demands music the same thing. Every worthwhile achievement requires sustained effort, not occasional effort, not temporary effort, sustained effort. Now here is something powerful. Most people underestimate what consistency can do. They look for dramatic changes, huge breakthroughs, instant music success. But greatness is usually built quietly, one disciplined day at a time, one extra hour of learning, one extra workout, one extra chapter read, one extra step forward. Small actions repeated music consistently. That is how average becomes exceptional. That is how ordinary becomes extraordinary, because success is rarely the result, music, of one big decision. It is the result of hundreds of small decisions made correctly. Success is a few simple disciplines, music practiced every day. So if you want extraordinary results, take an honest look at your effort, not your intentions. Music, not your dreams. Your effort, because effort tells the truth. Your results today are often music, a reflection of the actions you repeated yesterday, and your future results, music, will reflect the actions you choose to repeat tomorrow. So raise your standards, raise your commitment, raise your discipline, because average effort creates music, average results. But extraordinary effort creates an extraordinary life. Give more, learn more, grow more, become more, and watch how your life begins to music rise to a whole new level. The greatest investment you can make is in yourself. Think about that. Most people music spend years trying to improve their circumstances. They want more money, a better job, more opportunities, a better future. But very few spend enough time improving the person responsible for creating those things, themselves. And that is music where success truly begins, not with changing your circumstances, but with changing yourself. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. That may be one of the most important lessons you will ever learn. Because your life rarely rises above your level of personal growth. If you stop growing, your results stop growing. If you stop learning, your opportunities stop expanding. If you stop improving, your progress slows down. That is why you must become obsessed, music, with growth. Not obsessed with impressing people. Not obsessed with proving people wrong. Obsessed with becoming music better. A little better today than yesterday. A little wiser, a little stronger, a little more disciplined. Because small improvements create extraordinary results over time. Now think about this. Most people music have goals, but successful people have something more. They have a commitment to growth. They understand that goals are important, but the person they become while pursuing those goals, music, is even more important because goals can be achieved and lost. But personal growth stays with you. The skills you learn, the discipline you develop, the habits you build, the character you create, those things, music, remain. The person you become is far more valuable, music, than the things you achieve. Now let me ask you something. How much time do you spend music working on yourself? Not working on your job, not working on other people, working on you, reading, learning, thinking, reflecting, music, improving. Because growth does not happen by accident, it happens intentionally. Music. Every book you read shapes your thinking. Every lesson you learn expands your music perspective. Every disciplined action strengthens your character. And slowly, you become someone different, someone stronger, someone wiser, someone more capable. That is how transformation happens. Not overnight, but day by day. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Think about a tree. It does not become strong in a week. It grows gradually, root by music root, branch by branch, season by season. And because it keeps growing, it becomes strong enough to withstand storms. Your personal growth works the same way. Music. The lessons you learn today may not seem significant. The habits you build today may not seem powerful, but over time, they become your foundation. And your foundation determines your future. Now, here's the danger. Many people become comfortable. They stop learning. They stop growing. They stop challenging themselves. And comfort quietly becomes their prison. Music. Because comfort rarely creates greatness. Growth happens when you stretch yourself, when you challenge yourself, when you refuse, music, to stay the same. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. That is the mindset of someone obsessed with growth. They do not spend their lives complaining. They spend their lives improving. When they, music, face a weakness, they work on it. When they make a mistake, they learn from it. When they encounter a challenge, they grow through it because they understand something. Music, powerful. Every challenge is an opportunity to become more disciplined, more patient. Music, more resilient, more capable. And that is why personal growth is so important, because the life you want is waiting for the person you are becoming, not the person you were yesterday. Music. The person you are becoming today. So become obsessed with growth. Read more, learn more, improve more, challenge yourself more. Music. Because your future is not determined by your past. It is determined by your willingness to music grow. Work harder on yourself than you do on anything else. And if you do that consistently, year after year, day after day, you will become the kind of person capable of creating an extraordinary music life. Grow every day, learn every day, improve music every day, because the greatest project you will ever work on is you. Music. Success is not an event. It is a process. Think about that. Most people are in love with the outcome. They want the success, the money, the recognition, the achievement, music, the reward. And there is nothing wrong with wanting those things. But the problem is this: very few people fall in love with what creates them. The process, the daily work, the repetition, the discipline, the preparation. Everyone wants the harvest. Few people enjoy planting the seeds, yet the harvest only comes because of the planting. Music. The rewards are always connected to the work. Now think about a farmer. The farmer cannot plant a seed today and demand a harvest tomorrow. Nature does not work that way. There is planting, there is waiting, there is music, nurturing, and then there is growth. Life follows the same pattern. You plant effort, you music, water it with discipline, you protect it with patience, and eventually you receive the reward. But many people music quit during the waiting season, not because they are incapable, but because they are impatient. They want music results immediately. And when results do not appear fast enough, they lose enthusiasm. They stop. That is why learning to love the process is music so important, because if you only love the result, you will suffer during the journey. But if you learn to love the journey, you can continue long enough to reach the music result. The person who enjoys the process will always outperform the person who only wants the reward. Now understand something powerful. The process is not just creating your music success. It is creating you. Every early morning, every disciplined music choice, every sacrifice, every challenge, it is shaping your character, making you stronger, wiser, more music disciplined, more resilient, and often that transformation is more valuable than the achievement, music itself. Because success can be lost, but the person you become remains. Now let me ask you a question. What if your goal took longer than expected? Would you still continue? What if nobody noticed your effort? Music. Would you still continue? What if progress was slow? Would you still continue? Because that is the true test. The people who succeed are not always the most talented. They are often the people who stay committed to the process the longest. Music. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Notice the word music every day, not occasionally, not when you feel motivated, not when life is easy, every day. Because greatness is built through consistency. And consistency becomes easier when you stop focusing only on the destination. Instead, learn to appreciate the music daily work. Appreciate the opportunity to improve. Appreciate the opportunity to learn. Appreciate the opportunity to grow. Because every day you show up, you are winning. You are music becoming stronger. You are becoming better. You are becoming the person your future requires. Now think about a craftsman. A master craftsman does not rush. He focuses on the work, the details, the improvement, the practice. And because he respects the process, excellence becomes the result. Life works the same way. When you respect the process, success eventually follows. Not instantly, not music magically, but predictably. Success is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard, music, work, and discipline. So stop rushing. Stop demanding immediate results. Trust the process. Music. Respect the process. Commit to the process. Because every day of disciplined effort is building something valuable, even when you, music, cannot see it. And one day you will look back and realize something remarkable. The process you once struggled to embrace was the very thing that made you successful. Fall in love with the work. Fall in love with growth. Fall in love with the journey. Because when you love the process, success becomes inevitable. Where your attention goes, your life, music, follows. Think about that. Focus is one of the most powerful forces in life, and yet it is one of the most ignored. Most people do not fail because they lack ability. They fail because they lack focus. They start many things but finish few. They chase many directions but arrive nowhere because distraction, music, is everywhere. Noise, entertainment, comparison, music, constant information, constant interruption. And little by little, it steals their attention. And when attention is stolen, music, progress slows down. You cannot build a strong life with a scattered mind. Now, understand this clearly. Focus is not just about doing one thing. It is about protecting your future, because every distraction costs you something. Time, energy, momentum, clarity, and over time, those small distractions become big delays. Now think about successful people. They are not superhuman. They are simply more focused. They understand something, music very important, that success is built through deep work, not scattered effort. While others, music, are switching between tasks, they stay committed to one direction. While others are consuming noise, they are building skills, music. While others are reacting to distractions, they are creating results. Success is not about doing more things. It is about doing the right things with full attention. Now, let's go music deeper. Focus is a choice. Every day you choose what gets your attention, and what you give attention to grows stronger in your life. If you give attention to distraction, music, your life becomes distracted. If you give attention to growth, your life becomes music, stronger. That is how simple it is, but not easy. Because distractions are designed to pull you away. They are easy, they are instant, they are attractive, but they do not build your future. Only discipline does. Now ask yourself honestly, what is competing for your attention right now? Is it helping you grow music or keeping you stuck? Because focus requires protection. You must protect your time, protect music, your energy, protect your goals. The disciplined mind creates the disciplined life. Now think about a magnifying glass. If light is scattered, nothing happens. But when it is focused, it can create fire. Your life works the same way. Scattered attention creates weak results. Focused attention creates music, powerful results. So if you want a better life, you must learn to focus deeply. Music on your goals, on your growth, on your priorities, on your future. Not on everything else, because everything else will always, music, exist. But your time will not. Now understand this. Focus is not just a skill, it is a discipline. And discipline means doing what matters, even when distractions are easier. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. That is focus. Now think about your goals. Every time you get distracted, you move further from them. Every time you refocus, you move closer. It is that simple. So the real question is not do you have time? The real question is where is your attention going? Because your music attention is your life. And if you cannot control your attention, you cannot control your future. Now make a decision. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Stay committed. Because while others are distracted, you are building. Greatness is built in moments of deep focus, not moments of distraction. Protect your focus, guard your attention, and build a life that cannot be distracted. Music away. The difference between success and failure is often not talent. It is persistence. Think about that. Many people start strong. They have energy, they have excitement, they have big dreams. But when things get difficult, they slow down. Then they stop. Not because they cannot succeed, but because they are not relentless enough to continue. And that is where most dreams are lost. It's not that people fail, music, it's that they quit too soon. Now understand this clearly. Relentless people are different. They do not depend on motivation. They depend on discipline. They do not rely on feelings. They rely on commitment. They do not stop when it gets hard. They adjust and continue music because they have made a decision. I will not settle for less than I am capable of becoming. That decision changes everything. Now think about life. Life will test you. It will slow you down. It will challenge you. It will sometimes make progress feel impossible. But that is not a signal to stop. Music. It is a signal to grow stronger. What challenges you develops you. Now listen carefully. Relentless people are not born. They are built. Built through repetition. Built through discipline. Built through failure and learning. Built through persistence. Every time they fall, they get back up. Every time they fail, they try music again. Every time they feel like quitting, they continue anyway. And over time, that attitude becomes music, unstoppable. Now think about a river. A river does not break through rock by force. It breaks through consistency, through persistence, music through time, drop by drop, day by day, year by year, until even the hardest rock is shaped. That is relentless effort, and your life works the same way. Small actions repeated without stopping create unstoppable results. Music. Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Now, here is something important. Most people underestimate what consistency can do. They think they need big breakthroughs, big moments, big luck. But what they really need is persistence. Music. Because persistence turns small effort into massive results. And when music you refuse to quit, life eventually responds. Opportunities appear, skills develop, confidence grows, momentum builds, but only if you stay in the game. Now ask yourself honestly, are you stopping too early? Are you giving up too soon? Are you backing away when things get hard? Because if you are, You are leaving your success unfinished. Now make this decision. Refuse to settle. Refuse to quit. Refuse to stop growing. Not because it is easy, music, but because it matters. The future belongs to those who refuse to give up. So, become relentless. Keep going when others stop. Keep building when others rest. Keep improving when others settle. Music. Because success is not for the comfortable, it is for the committed. Be disciplined. Be persistent. Be relentless. And never settle for less than the life you music are capable of creating. Your life will always move in the direction of your daily decisions. Think about that. We talked music, about obsession, not distraction, not comfort, not average living. We talked about becoming obsessed with music growth, focused on your purpose, committed to the process, and relentless in your effort. Because success is not music complicated, but it does require something from you. Discipline, consistency, music, and persistence. Success is predictable. It's not luck and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. So don't lower your standards. Don't slow down your growth. Don't settle for average effort. Raise your expectations. Raise your music focus. Raise your commitment. Because the life you want is not created in moments of comfort. It is created in moments of discipline. And every day you are either building your future or delaying it. So choose wisely. Stay obsessed with your growth. Stay focused on your goals, stay committed to the process, and refuse music to quit. Because in the end, the people who win are not the most talented. They are the most relentless.